Good afternoon, people. Thank you for joining in. We are going to wait for if you're thinking, oh, how can I get my reps to talk to more leads? And that idea is something very close to the topic of our webinar today. With us leading the presentation, we have Jenn Lyles. Jenn is an award-winning marketing director and lead generation guru for career colleges. She has been in the industry for over 15 years now. That's huge. She has been working with schools of all sizes, strategies, and budget, and help them get a higher return on their marketing dollars. I'll let Jenn introduce her work further, specifically the part related to our topic today. We'll take all the questions in the end. If you look around your screen, you would spot a button that says questions. Please click on it and type everything that you want to be discussed in here. I'll read it out loud in the end for everyone to hear. I'll let Jenn to lead the session now. Hope you guys have a great time.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for that intro. So my name is Jenn Lyles and I'm a former CBS news reporter and my degree is in journalism. And I got into this industry by I started working with the American Association of Cosmetology Schools years ago, AACS. A lot of you know me from there. And when I left there in 2014, I started working for Bellis Academy. They're a beauty school chain out of San Diego. And my first year as a marketing director there, I just saw giant success. And I really became best friends with the admissions director there. We tried new things, new innovative campaigns, went after new demographics, and we increased lead flow and enrollments by 34% in 1 year. And so over the past few years, I've been consulting on the side. And then a year ago this month, I made the decision to quit my job, my full-time corporate job, and just help career schools with their marketing and admissions strategies. So I'm a full-time consultant now. And I have one goal with every client, and that's to increase your population. And so I just wanted to give you a little history really quick about this webinar and why I chose this topic. If you're joining us today, thank you so much for signing up. And I really hope you guys learned some great things today. I do a 2-day training as a consultant. I have 11 proven steps to success for schools, admissions, and marketing departments. So what I do is when I come to a school for 2 days, we go over all these different steps, and one of the pages I give is titled My Fave Sites. And it just started with me just telling people, these are the sites I use and apps I use when I was a marketing director. And people love this section of my training. It really was just something I added in extra to help people out. It's not going to be something that's going to save your life. This is how you're going to get more leads, or this is how you're going to get more enrollments. It's literally hacks to running a marketing department, ways I saved my company tons of money. I was the marketing department when I was at Bellis Academy. I didn't have, assistants and different people working there. I did everything. And so, with 4 campuses, that was a lot for me to do. And so I just want to be able to share with you guys some ways that I was able to better effectively run that department. And then as a consultant, how I continue to use these apps and websites in my own personal life, working with different clients. And I hear time and time again from schools I work with, like, thanks so much for telling me about this tool. I use it every day. And again, I hope that's something I can do for you guys. So let's just go ahead and jump in there. I know a lot of people, some people on this call are probably working for a giant chain. Smaller campuses, which is generally who I work with, they don't have dedicated videographers and graphic artists and copywriters and editors. So that is why I came up with this title, and hopefully you guys can learn something. So for starters, royalty-free photography. So big surprise, you can't just go on Google Image and type something in like nurses or hairstylists and just save that onto your computer and slap that on a brochure. That is illegal. So I don't recommend people just take photos with their iPhone. If you're going to be putting together marketing collateral, which a beautiful brochure, something about your school, which by the way, a couple months ago, I did a webinar on marketing collateral. It was probably my best webinar I've done to date. Please go check that out. I did it with LeadSquared. I know there's a recording of that on their website. But a lot of people use for background, abstract backgrounds, photography, they use Shutterstock. I honestly, guys, I just think Shutterstock is overpriced. There's unlimited download packages. They're hundreds of dollars a month. One photo, if you just want to a la carte it, is around 25 bucks. And honestly, I think the stock photography, a lot of times on Shutterstock and other places where you're paying for stuff, are cheesy. Like the white background with the cheesy smiles of someone looking into the camera, like that is just not cool anymore. It's 2019. I always say, why pay for something when you can get it free? These are my favorite websites to go to. These 3 websites right here. What it is basically is amateur and professional photographers have uploaded their own work that they just want the world to see because they're not famous or anything like that. So they just literally put their stuff online and they let you, for free, download it, and you could put it in all of your professional printing. So I still like professional photography. I talk about that a lot. I always recommend schools get someone into their school and take photos of their students and take photos of their campus. I love professional photos, but you can't always get them, or maybe it's too expensive for you guys right now. These 3 sites, write them down, royalty free, and it's all free. You don't have to pay for these. Okay, while we're on the subject of royalty free, you've probably noticed that you need royalty-free music when uploading a video to Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, or it's pulled down immediately. I love videos with a little bit of background music. I think it just sets the mood. It makes things better. You know, even if you're just showing something fun going on in your campus with no audio, like without people talking, having a little music in the background, I think is always important. Back in the day, you used to be able to put up legit any song that you downloaded. You could put anything on there and no one would take it down. Now they take it down instantly. So what I do, which by the way, YouTube actually has a collection of royalty-free music. It's completely free, but their library is super limited. So what I like is Audio Blocks. Audio Blocks is 99 bucks for an annual subscription. And I definitely get my money's worth with this because their library is humongous. They also have sound effects, and you can search music by mood or by instrument. I literally use it all the time. Every video I make, I use audioblocks.com for it. It's completely worth the investment. And if you're a cheapo like me, what you can do, y'all, is just sign up for like 1 year for the $99, download crap tons of music, hundreds of stuff, have it on your computer, and then cancel your subscription. And you can use that music whenever you want. So you don't have to keep paying for it year after year. So that's audioblocks.com for royalty-free audio. A lot of people know about this website, canva.com. In fact, when I go to schools, people are like, oh yeah, I'm very familiar with that. A lot of people don't use it though. So let me just tell you, if you don't know about Canva, about how awesome it is. You can create flyers, invites, postcards, pretty much anything. And it's free. They also do have a business subscription, but you can just use your own personal one and it's completely free. It's drag and drop friendly. You basically choose what you want to create, like a postcard or a business card or a rack card. You choose the item you want to create and you literally drag and drop. They have tons of templates to choose from. And then you just download your final PDF and you can order that stuff professionally. Here's the deal though. I will say a graphic artist is better than Canva. And I know you're like, duh, of course, but I'm not kidding when I say I worked with a very successful school and they literally thought about getting rid of their marketing director and graphic designer and replacing them with canva.com. And I was just like, are you kidding? Here's the deal, guys. You can't create anything in any size on there. It's also very limited with font selections. And if branding is important to you and you have tons of campuses, I wouldn't recommend you replace your graphic designer with canva.com. really stupid. But if you're just looking for like a quick turnaround on a simple flyer, or you have like a student salon and you have some specials that you need to, spit out quickly, that kind of stuff, I think it's great for. But don't go replacing your graphic designer with Canva.com. I think your stuff is going to look like it's all mismatched. It's not going to look well branded. But that being said, Canva's great. Okay, videos. Animoto.com. This is quite possibly my all-time favorite hack. Animoto is an easy way to create professional-looking collage videos. These are great for maybe graduations or school events. And as I'm talking about this, let me just I have an example in here for actually when I worked at AACS. So what you do is you choose a template, you choose a song, and by the way, if you choose Animoto's music, it's all royalty free. You choose the template, you choose the song, and you literally just drag video clips and pictures from your computer into here. And you can make edits as far as like the rearrangement of everything. You can take slices out of it. You can basically upload a 1-minute video clip and say, I just want this 10 seconds frame from it. So you have a little bit of editing leeway, but then all of a sudden, in literally seconds, Animoto just spits out this amazing looking professional video. So again, I worked with schools who do this for their graduation. If they want to have like a really great slideshow, it just creates it for you instantly. You do pay a small annual fee. I don't know, it's maybe like $100 or something like that. And of course, I use this for personal use also. One of my friends got married 3 years ago, and her husband was creating a video slideshow to play at their wedding. And he had been working on it, y'all, for 2 weeks. And bless his heart, the day before the wedding, his computer crashed and he lost everything. And I saved the day with Animoto. I mean, what he had been working on for 2 weeks, I recreated in 30 minutes. And then my best friend last August lost her father, and she needed like a slideshow to play at the funeral, to be looped. Again, I used Animoto. So like for personal use or just for work, Animoto is awesome. I'm surprised more people don't know about it. Check it out. It's great. And if you don't want to sign up, you can actually do 30-second videos for free without having to sign up and pay. Okay, I talked about this on my last webinar with marketing collateral, but when it comes to printed material, my marketing hack is .print.com. And I'm just shocked a lot of people don't know about this. People are constantly using their local printing companies. It blows my mind. I mean, I love that people want to support small business, but Lord have mercy, those people will just jack up their prices so high. And even Vistaprint to me is high. I personally can't find anything on the web cheaper than gotprint.com, and the quality is fantastic. So again, I'm telling you about this stuff because I have personally used it. I have personally used Gotprint. I use it for every single thing I order. And these right here, these prices are real. This is what you pay for flyers, postcards, rack cards, retractable banners, posters, all that stuff. Stop paying so much for your printed collateral. There's always such a high cost with this. When I look at school budgets, for some reason, y'all, this line is so high because people are overpaying. And bonus, last year, Gotprint finally added a template maker, kind of like Vistaprint has, where you go on and you say, I want a business card and I want it to be this template, and you just drag and drop stuff. Gotprint used to not be that way. You used to literally just have your final PDF from a professional designer and upload it. Now they have actual template makers, design yourself templates. So you can go on and create your own marketing material. So gotprint.com is where I order everything from. If you work with a graphic artist, don't let them order things for you. Get the final PDFs from them and just upload and order them yourself. Always request that with whatever graphic designer you work with. Just say, I want my final PDFs. And then just, again, order it yourself. Or because if they order it, they can jack up the prices on you too. They do that all the time. I have friends that are graphic designers that do that. Okay. Free fonts, thefont.com. I'm a big font person. You should, of course, have some sort of standardized fonts for your schools. But when it comes to headings and quotes within your print and marketing collateral, I love when people use fonts for this graphically. This is really kind of a design aesthetic for today in 2019. Scripted fonts, things that look handwritten, that sort of thing for headings or quotes. And I know schools who just pay tons of money for fonts, and fonts can be really expensive. They can be up to a couple $100s. Defont.com is completely free, and they have hundreds, maybe even thousands of options to choose from. You just literally choose the one you want, you download it, you install it on your computer you're working on, and then just reopen whatever software you're using, and it'll be automatically on there. If you're lacking inspiration, just go to defont.com. They have a little box where you can type in something. You can type in the name of your school or whatever, and then just click the different fonts and just kind of see how your school name looks in that font and that kind of thing. So again, I hate paying for things. It's completely free. Mass emailing. Okay, so first off, if you don't have a CRM, I'm going to right now tell you, you need a CRM. Seriously, it's going to help you sort through your leads properly, keep notes on everyone. You can track email opens, texting conversations, so much. Every school needs a CRM. And there's several out there if you're not using one currently. LeadSquared, of course, they're hosting our webinar today. They have my favorite CRM on the market for higher education. And if you want to learn more, you can obviously send them a message or feel free to reach out to me personally. I'll tell you my favorite features and why I love LeadSquared so much. But if you haven't yet invested in a CRM, if you're trying to save the money or whatever, and you're trying to find different avenues for mass emailing, I'm going to tell you my two favorite, and that's MailChimp and Constant Contact. I think I like Constant Contact better. They have better templates to choose from, and then MailChimp would be my second favorite. But basically, they just have templates. You can upload complete email lists to it. You can drag and drop on it. Mass emailing is, of course, the way to go. You don't want to be sending things from your private email because you can't have pretty headers and nice photos and buttons with call to action. So again, a CRM is the number one thing you want to do. But if you don't have a CRM, use one of these websites. Okay, shorter URLs. If you have long URLs, like maybe a blog post on your website or an article, I love when admissions reps text different things to leads, whether it's like just, again, like, hey, check out our latest blog post on, the demand for jobs in this industry, or just whatever it is. If you're looking for new talk tracks, a lot of times we're going to send out a super long URL from our website. So what you'll want to do instead is go to bit.ly.com, and this is free. Just go over to bit.ly.com, and you can just put in your super long URL, and it will give you a shortened URL. And what's really cool too is if you give them your information to sign up or whatever, so that you'll have your own account to log back in, it'll actually track that for you too. So you can see how many people are clicking on that URL. And so that's kind of cool, and it's free. Meet Edgar. So if you're looking to auto-generate social posts and get assistance with writing posts and repurposing your content over and over again, Meet Edgar is only $49 a month, and this app has a lot of features. So just go to their website and check it out. I actually found out about it by reading a marketing article, and people were just raving about this website. And by the way, there's several out there that do similar things, but I thought I really liked what they had to offer. They had really, really great reviews. I haven't personally used this app, so I do want to disclose that. But again, I like a lot of the features that they provide. One was, if you ever write a blog post and put it on Facebook, and you just don't know, you feel weird about reposting it a week later or 2 weeks later, they will repost and repurpose all of your social content in different ways with different headlines. They'll A/B test it, give certain things to a different audience, swap out the photos. So it looks like new posting, but all it is repurposing your content. And so what they say is they just want you to focus on engaging with your audience and creating ad content, and they want to get more eyes on your organic posts, which I think really is lacking in 2019, especially with how Facebook algorithms are. It's really hard for people to see your organic posting. So if you can get assistance from a website like this, why not? I mean, it's, less than $50 a month. Headline writing, like maybe blog posts, different kinds of content you put out there. I actually just did this yesterday. So it's completely free. And I think all you have to do is you have to sign up and exchange your work email address. But basically, guys, is you can test blog and email headlines on here, and it will give you a score with tips on what could make it better. So here's just a little snippet. It gave me like a 10-page write-up. But I had come up with a blog post that I had written for a client recently, and it was like, do you hate your job? You're not alone. And it was filled with stats about how 85% of Americans hate their job, that sort of thing. So long story short is they give you a word analysis, they give you the headline score, and if I had copy and pasted more pages on here, you would see that it shows how many characters it would look like in an email, what it would look like on a phone, all this different stuff. So if you're struggling with headline writing and you want something that's a little more engaging, and again, it'll give you tips on things to change. Let me have that website again. It's that one right there, coschedule.com, with headline writing. Okay. So my favorite website tool and marketing hack, and this one will save you tons of money, it's Fiverr. And Fiverr has been around for years. And when it started, basically everything on there was $5. That's where they got the name Fiverr from. And so now everything starts at $5. And to me, that's still an unbeatable price. So whenever I share this website with clients, most of the time I hear that they've heard about it. Rarely do I ever find someone who actively uses it. Well, guess what? I actively use Fiverr all the time for a variety of things. And I'll go over some of the things that maybe just to inspire you with some things you guys could do on Fiverr. But it's essentially people from all over the world with different skill sets who sell their services. So you can get voiceovers, logo design, editing, blog writing, photo editing, video editing, animations, graphic design, market research, branding, literally anything to do with marketing you can get on Fiverr.com. You just search what you're looking for, and then you browse it by the different vendors, by the price, by the turnaround time. You can see their past work from clients. Here's some ideas that you guys can use, I think, Fiverr for. One is your phone recording. So thank you for calling blah, 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 blah. For admissions, press 1. If you don't want it to sound so robotic, or if maybe you want to sound super classy and have a British accent, whatever. You can get those from Fiverr. I had a client in Illinois who did that. They got their entire recording done for, I think, $12 on Fiverr. So definitely for voiceovers. And then I had another client who needed a logo redesign. They hadn't updated their logo in 40 years. So I suggested they get on Fiverr and shop tons of vendors, get tons of revisions, get tons of different options. So they actually used 5 vendors. They spent, I think, $250. And at the end, they had 15 logo options to choose from. And so again, Fiverr is super great if you're looking for a branding template, someone choosing your fonts, like a branding board or something like that, or a logo. If it doesn't work out, you've lost $100, and graphic designers charge thousands for that kind of stuff. I am very pro blog content, and especially repurposing blog content for emails, for texting, that sort of thing. And so if you don't have a writer in your school, freelance writers can sometimes charge a lot of money. Not a lot of people do that. And so shop on Fiverr. I did work with a school who had several blogs written. They basically came up with the titles and said the direction they wanted it to go to. And a freelance writer on Fiverr did it for $10 each. Y'all cannot beat those prices. So I also love a logo reveal. If you have, for your school, get an animation, and if I can just, I should have actually put it in here, because I've ordered so many of them before, but I don't have it in my presentation. But basically, is get an animated reveal of your logo to where I think it's maybe $25. It's usually high res, and at the end or the beginning of every Instagram video you put on, have that logo reveal just to add some cohesion to your branding. It looks really sharp. It looks really great. And again, you can get that on Fiverr. So Fiverr.com, hands down, my favorite. Everyone knows about it. Hardly anyone's using it. So hopefully you guys can check it out on some stuff. I wanted to leave plenty of time for you guys to ask questions for other marketing hacks and to pick my brain. If you need help specifically with other things in marketing, I want you to ask me. This is that time. Start typing in your questions, and hopefully I can get to you guys. And if you don't have questions to type and maybe something comes up in your head later, reach out to me. That's my cell phone number. You can text me or call me. I have my email address up there. And then please, I tell everyone, connect with me on LinkedIn. So weekly, I send my best hidden secrets, my favorite hacks to marketing and to admissions. I'm constantly posting on there about, ways schools can be doing things better to increase enrollments and lead flow. So definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. And then I also quickly want to preview over the next 2 months, I'm going to be working on a webinar series with a digital marketing company. And I know a lot of schools on here work with digital marketing companies. You should. Digital marketing companies are exactly who should be handling your PPC, your SEO, and your social ads if you're not doing it in-house. But the problem I see is that schools don't know how to manage those companies. And a lot of times they're being taken advantage of. They're not asking the right questions because they don't know what to ask. And these companies are taking advantage of school owners and marketing professionals who know nothing. So I'm going to be doing a 2-part webinar series with someone who runs a digital marketing company, and I'm going to be the school side. So I'm going to teach you guys how to manage them and how to ask for the things you should be getting and how to demand better lead flow, better quality, and that sort of thing. So be looking for those emails coming soon from LeadSquared. Thanks.
Thank you, Jen. That was extremely resourceful. Guys, the video of the webinar and the presentation deck will be mailed to all of you first thing tomorrow. We'll cover the questions now. You can send us your questions from the GoToWebinar panel. It's right there on the right-hand side of your GoToWebinar screen. Every question you have ever had about enrollment marketing hacks, you can go for it. Okay, Jen, I have got the first one here from Nancy. And her question is print collateral the way to go for in 2019? Or are there schools who are taking these catalogs and print collateral all digital?
That is such a great question. And I do encourage you, Nancy, to check out my print collateral webinar that I did with LeadSquared, because I kind of go into that a little bit more. But let me answer that kind of quickly for you now. Yes, print collateral is not dead. And let me tell you why. Most people will walk into your school with just themselves or maybe a friend, but they're going to have to get the buy-in from a spouse or a parent to actually sign up for school. And so when they meet with you and your school is absolutely gorgeous and they get that emotional feeling when they walk through the doors and they've really connected with your admissions rep and they have that rapport going and they go home and tell their mom that they want to go to the school and they have nothing to show for it and nothing to constantly remind them, something sitting on their kitchen table about that emotional connection they had in your school, you lose them. And so what I suggest, which I did in that webinar, was not just coming up with a general brochure, which you should have, but coming up with more specific pieces for every single demographic. So having a letter to that person with their name at the top from the owner that sits right in that folder. Having another piece with a list of daycares if they're a mom. Having another list with, different apartments in the area if they're new to the area. Having something specific for the military if they're in the military. So I'm very pro build your own marketing collateral packet based on the person who's sitting in front of you. So I always suggest admissions reps have, you know, some sort of bookcase or something, you know, filing cabinet where they have all the pieces. And then depending on who they're meeting with, they're building the packet for that person. So it feels personalized and emotionally connects to them. Great question.
Thank you, Jen. I have another question here from Ryan. And his question is, can these hacks really outdo my competition like large colleges and universities who have their own certificate programs?
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, sure. So can these hacks really outdo my competition like large colleges and universities who have their own certificate programs?
Absolutely. So I'm never afraid of a large university and college because I feel like today what people want is that whole shop local, farmers market, kind of small town feel. And so what these marketing hacks can do for you is, one, they can save you money, and two, they can put you up there to look professional and look like you're one of the big dogs. But when someone walks into your school, you'll be able to emotionally connect with them more on that family level. I think a lot of times, you know, I worked with a school in Arkansas. They had 12 students. I don't know if Andy's on today, but she's one of my favorite clients I've worked with. And they were very like doing stuff on Word, and you know, they weren't using these hacks to show themselves more professional, but they were a very, very small family school. So when she started changing some things around and looking like a bigger player, she was getting better response from leads. Her emails looked better. She finally had some really great blog content going on. She was creating some professional pieces that she printed on Gotprint. And so she was getting some of these things in place that made it look like she had her life together, made it look like, you know, we're a school who invests in our marketing and invest in our leads and invest in our students. But at the end of the day, she was that small school that everyone's looking for today. They're looking for that kind of family-like atmosphere. So hope that answered your question.
Jen, we lost you in the middle, last couple of sentences. So.
Oh man, I don't even know where I left off then. I think at the end of the day, I was saying, you know, if you're using these marketing hacks and you're saving money and you're looking professional, you're having the pretty logo that all the big chains do. You're having the professional marketing material that all the big chains do. But what sets you apart is that you are that small family school that people can walk into and emotionally connect with. It's the best of both worlds. So yes, you can be competitive with those big schools using this type of thing.
Okay, Jen. So I have got last question here with me from Jacob, and he says that he's old school and he has always been recruiting through the old school techniques, and he wanted to know how reliable has been the freelance experience for you so far from Fiverr.
Fiverr's hit or miss, and so to me, if you lose $20, you lose $20. Like that's nothing in the scheme of a bigger marketing budget. So I never, you know, I'm not going to be on there shopping a vendor that's going to charge me $1,000 for something. I like it. I love Fiverr because there are so many different vendors and you can look at their past work. And again, like I created a product, and this is kind of like a side note. I'm always side hustling. I have like 1,000 ideas in my head all the time, but I had like invented this product and I wanted a logo for it. So I went on Fiverr and I ordered like 4 different vendors and I didn't like any of them. And I had spent $5 on each of them, you know, so you spend 20, 25 bucks and, you know, you lose it. And that's in the grand scheme of things, not a ton. That being said, I've gotten some really great things from Fiverr. And so I think for a logo reveal, that kind of thing, you know, animations, always. But what I love about it, y'all, is that it's so cheap. It's so cheap. So you're not losing a ton of money. And it's better than hiring someone and then they end up being terrible and they can't design or they're not creative. And now you're out benefits and a salary.
Okay, thank you, Jen. That's all the question we have. Thank you everyone for your time and attention. Hope we could leave you with something useful. The recording to this webinar and the presentation deck will be mailed to all of you first thing tomorrow morning. Jen, would you like to add something before we leave?
You know, I'm good. Just thank you all for attending. I hope you all learned something, and reach out to me if you guys have questions about anything else marketing or admissions related. Thanks so much.
Okay, guys. Thanks again.
Bye.
Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.